Seventh meeting between the two, a third this year and a second this year on grass, most recently meeting at Eastbourne. And Angelique Kerber came to within 5 points of defeat before eventually turning it round.
Serving should be a key in this match. You wouldn't think so with these two.
It's lovely to have you here, John. How are you? Good afternoon.
Lovely to be here. Thank you. Nice to finally, I've heard a lot about you on radio, so I look forward to working together on the TV.
Oh, fabulous. And Tracy's going to be joining us as well. We have a packed centre court commentary box. And I know, John, from listening to you, that you are a big fan of Daria Kasatkina and how she plays.
She's a stylist. She mixes things up, uses a lot of different spins, variety. I love that. I mean, she's not the biggest hitter, but boy, is she making an impact. Break point already.
There is the Daria Kasatkina box, her coach there, just rubbing his chin. Philippe de Hayes, the Belgian. And hello, Tracy.
Hello.
Advantage, Miss Kerber.
That's someone who throws her with a variety of shot. That's Kasatkina. Kerber loves angles. It's going to be interesting to see how this match develops.
Yeah, that point 2 points ago was a typical Kasatkina point. Slice that gets down low, heavy topspin on the forehand. Flip to Os, the coach, says, I want her to hit high, low, short, fast, slow. Never let her opponent get into a rhythm. John, you'd love that.
I love that, of course. Who doesn't? I had a coach who said to me, don't ever hit the same shot twice. And it looks like when she grew up, she had the same type of person telling her that.
Daria Kasatkina has described herself as an artist. She likes to paint a picture.
Well, I know the biggest compliment I received was when people called me an artist on the court, so you definitely want to be thought of as one out there. She's still working through the nerves, Kasatkina. She really should have broken already. She's had a couple good opportunities, including a second serve, break point chance.
Kerber spends so much more time out here on the center court, which can be overwhelming. Court with so much history in our sport.
There it is. She saves a break point, Angelique Kerber, finalist here in 2016. And she gets herself on the board. You mentioned nerves. I'm sure both are feeling them, and that will just settle things down a little.
I think Tracy pointed out a couple of minutes ago, you said it was her 10th
Quarterfinal of a
So
major for
now
Kerber.
This is the second for Kasatkina. That's a big difference, particularly here on this court. And she's had some serving woes when she's gotten to the big moments in the finals of Indian Wells, also the quarters of the French.
Daria Kasatkina to serve.
Let's see how it works out here.
What's the best advice you were ever given on dealing with nerves?
You know, I'm not sure that anyone can give you the type of advice that's going to help you on the center court of Wimbledon. But break a sweat before you get out there so you get some of it out. Don't sit in that locker room stressing, which is a lot easier said than done. My dad would tell me, because I'd go to him and say, John, just go win the last point.
Well, that's good.
Thank you, Dad. I much appreciated.
And obviously, the thought always is just stay in the moment, just playing the next point. Yeah, that court positioning is going to be difficult for Kasatkina. 8 feet behind the baseline, defending where Kerber is on the baseline, dictating with her flat, hard, accurate ground strokes.
Seems a bit heavy-legged, you know, tight. That's where tightness plays a role. That's Kasatkina. It's much heavier conditions at the moment. A lot cooler. This is actually what you normally expect when you get to London, weather-wise. So that ball's not going to be moving through the air as quickly. They're going to have to generate more of their own pace.
Two doubles.
That's why that second serve return, the first game,
Kerber.
easy opportunity. Well, easy is the wrong word, but she's gotten herself in a hole again in her second ever quarter.
Probably would have been a lot easier if it was second round at Indian Wells on court 4 rather than center court where you're just trying to handle the situation.
Whereas Angelique Kerber is looking for a third Wimbledon semi-final. She's a winner in 2016, the Australian Open, a US Open, got to the final here. 30 years of age, she has that experience. She can deal with the occasion.
Wow.
I think this is the best I've ever seen her serve, too. You know, now everyone should use their legs as much as possible to serve, but it does appear that when Facette has gotten into her head and made her realize that she could really improve that shot.
struggling with the depth on the forehand wing. Kasatkina has quite a big take back.
40 love.
She's going to have to learn how to adjust and keep it tighter, keep it smaller. And more economical, or she'll get caught late like that.
It's been a really good start from Angelique Kerber. World number 10, the 11th seed. Takes herself with 10 minutes played to a 3-love lead.
Leads by 3 games to love, first set.
The truth is she's frozen again. You know, so far she's not moving. You know, she's just reaching for balls. I give Kerber credit. She's used it experience, and as she should. She's controlling court right now. She's standing at the baseline, dictating, and Kasatkina's got to just take her racket and hit herself in the thighs a couple times. Get going here.
If there's anybody that needed, there's the set. Who worked with Kim Kleisters for so much of her career as a Rinka as well. Halep, Konta, and started working with Kerber at the off season last year. And Angelique said she liked that he spoke German. It seems to be a good relationship. He seems to have a calming effect on her. And she's back to her winning ways, because you remember 2016, a Hall of Fame year for her, and then struggled in 2017.
It's quite a resume. Crowd still filing in.
Service hold here, so crucial for Kasatkina
15 love.
to settle some nerves, start to build some confidence.
He looked very happy about whatever he was taking a picture of then.
15 all.
Just 21 years of age, Daria Kasatkina. 3rd appearance here. Still getting used to this stage, these kind of matches.
That's the forehand that can do so much damage from the Russian.
30-15.
21 looks like she's about 15. Someday in her life she's going to appreciate that. Maybe not at this moment.
$40-15.
What a combination from Kerber. That's what she's known for, the sharp angles to open up the court, and then the forehand down the line.
40-30.
Signature shot.
And that will make Daria Kasatkina feel a little bit better because she has held serve and she is on the board in this quarterfinal.
That serve she hit to get that game. See if she can settle down now. Start doing her thing.
Yeah, starting to feel it, feel the rhythm. So crucial for Kerber to get the service hold here. Not give too much hope for Kasatkina. Not let her feel comfortable.
Not a lot of margin for her, but boy, did she hit that shot well. A flat forehand.
Redirect so well across the court, up the line.
Clearly, she's attacking her forehand, and Kasatkina's got to make this adjustment. She should not be surprised by now. They played 6 times, a 3-3 head-to-head. This should be no surprises.
One time on grass, that was Eastbourne a couple of weeks ago. Kerber won 7-6 in the third.
Looking very sharp here in this first quarter.
Highest seed left in the competition, Angelique Kerber, number 11, after a week of falling seeds. And there it is, a comfortable hold to 15 for Angelique Kerber, and what a start it's been for the German. 17 minutes on the clock, and it's Kerber with the break and a 4-1 lead.
Can't imagine there's ever been a time in the Open era where all the seeds, the top 10 seeds, not one single top 10 seed. Well, now of course we're Serena. Whoops.
She's seeded 25.
How was she not seeded top 10? But anyway, nonetheless, that couldn't have ever happened before.
First time. First time in the Open era. Wide open.
And Kerber would be the other one that you would think, you know, based on form, was heading back and should have been one of the top seeds.
Interesting. I did Kerber's second round match against the American teenager Claire Liu, and Kerber was so tight and tentative in that match. There were definitely stages in that third set where I thought she wasn't going to come through. Billie Jean, giving a lesson.
Why isn't she
Doing some
coming
coaching
through
advice there.
Phil Brooks in for a handful. And another thing. There is a woman who's done more, I mean, for women, forget women's tennis, women's sports. She's battling still all these years later. God bless her.
So passionate.
They should give her a 10% check on every single player that's out there, the girls. I'm telling you, what a difference she's made. Cross, her, long-time girlfriend. I think did they get married? I think they did, but at any rate, she's a saint. And if she takes care of her, it's a beautiful thing.
Kerber, what a quick start. Just smothering Kasatkina. With accuracy, hitting the ball early. Never letting her get set.
It's not a committed approach shot right there.
15,
She's
30.
just still trying to work her way through the nerves. Kerber's just loving this.
A little lost at sea as to which game plan to employ. Great anticipation and execution.
Chances for a double break for Angelique Kerber to put herself within one game of the first set, and whoever's won the first set in the previous 6 meetings has gone on to win the match.
A little more juice on that second serve, John.
Yeah, and she seems to be going for a little more. She tossed in a couple doubles. The first service game that she lost, I bet you she didn't want to hit that serve right then. Second serve at 15-40. She can't keep putting herself in this position.
Some feel on that drop shot, just feathering it over the net.
Just
Seems like the court's a little bit softer. It's not bouncing up as high. That drop shot's been effective for both ladies.
Nice wrist snap there.
advantage, Miss Kasatkina.
It's got to be the biggest serve she's hit in the tournament, if not ever.
114. 114.
She hit 114?
Yep.
Wow.
Today 111.
Fooled me.
She finishes it off in style and turns 15-40 into game. She keeps the deficit to just a break of serve.
If this crowd has not seen her play before, they're thoroughly starting to become fans. Mule kick backhand is one of her signature shots.
Can't use your legs a whole lot on that one once you get airborne. That's well done. Could have been very tricky there.
And maybe the leaping backhands are telling us that she's feeling a little bit more settled.
A little looser.
Absolutely right.
Let for serve.
Has lost a little bit of pace on her shots. Pulled back just 5%, allowing Kasatkina more time to get set. She's got to force herself to be aggressive, assertive.
You must think about the next shot, the
15
volley,
seconds.
when you hit that approach. You know, where can you best position yourself? Give yourself the best chance.
Taught to approach up the line, not cross court.
She had a break point in the very first game of this quarterfinal. She has a couple more here, Kasatkina, to get us back on serve.
Letting that bounce so effective with the forehand. Most players would come in and hit a swing volley.
Let for serve.
And with that, we are back on serve. And how delighted is Daria Kasatkina to be so?
New boss, please. Miss Kerber leads by 4
Well,
games to 3.
Tracy, Daria Kasatkina is feeling a lot better. She's jumping up, she's hitting her shots, and she's finding the spots.
Much more comfortable with that forehand. She's definitely found the range, and that is her favorite shot point that she likes to finish the points with. And Kerber was playing to that side at the beginning, and it just wasn't being hit clean enough. Now she's stepping into it with confidence.
I love the roar. I love the celebration.
Got this crowd involved.
There's the box. So we are back on serve in this quarter-final. John, the coach of Daria Kasatkina, Philippe de Hayes, describes her as a wild horse. He said, I can't control her, I can't tame her. She has to be what she is.
You know, it's the fact that he's encouraging her is part of why she's been so successful, and he has as well, understanding her personality and what makes her tick. And he's done an excellent job. She's really coming into her own, and that was a tremendous point to break. Get back in this.
Down.
Did everything she could to get back in the point. Wasn't able to get there in time.
The parts on the side of the court that are still extremely green and more lush, that's where you have a tendency to fall at this stage of the tournament.
Much better job serving after that first
15 all.
break of when she first served, doing a real nice job.
88-mile-an-hour winner.
Make sure she gets those feet planted and use her legs to better effect there instead of arming that.
Correction. For serve.
Third double fault from the Russian. Opportunities for Kerber to once again regain the lead with the break.
De Haas, who worked with Kasatkina some as a junior, but he has a young family. But he said Daria came to her last year and asked to come on board again. He said he just was so excited about working with such a talent. Even though it's a huge sacrifice for him and his family, he was happy to join the entourage.
Game, Miss
Just
Kerber.
when you thought she had her serving act
Miss
together,
Kerber
tosses
leads
2 more
by 5
doubles.
games to
I think
3.
that fall really
That's
threw her.
it.
What a poor game there.
So a chance now for Angelique Kerber to close out set number 1. Half an hour on the clock.
What a get from Kerber on her back foot, and she's just able to flip the
15
wrist
left.
over and create the sharp angle.
That is an extremely tough shot that she made look pretty easy there. Really awesome.
Can't
Can't afford these loose points. Kerber just 2 unforced errors so far.
And now 3 set points.
40 love. Fifteen.
And with that, Angelique Kerber, the highest remaining seed left in the competition, finalist here in 2016, takes the first set of a Daria Kasatkina in 32 minutes and by 6 games to 3.
Looked as if she didn't know that the ball reacts differently when you break the new cans out. It's like preparing for an opponent. I mean, you have to think to yourself, look, you worked so hard to get back in this set. What's going to happen? These balls are going to fly a little bit more. You got to be disciplined. And that's one thing I think at this stage, 21, Kasatkina doesn't seem to have quite enough of yet.
Kerber just so much cleaner that set with 7 winners, just 2 unforced. Kasatkina, more of both, being more aggressive, but just a little bit too wild right now. She needs to contain that enthusiasm. She's got such a huge upside. Kasatkina, the talent level is off the charts. It's just a question of putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and they're starting to come together.
It's been a fantastic year for her. The 2 finals, Indian Wells, the biggest final of her career so far. She reached her career high ranking of 11 earlier this year, currently sitting at 14 and just 21. So she's definitely heading in the right direction. As John, you touched on the top, that her shot selection, what she can do with the tennis ball is incredible.
There's no doubt about that. Sometimes when a player has too many options, they overthink it, and when they need to sort of be more disciplined and go for a higher percentage, there's moments you need to do that. I mean, Roger Federer, he can hit any shot, but you get the feeling he does what needs to be done. And her exuberance has helped her quite a bit, but in these cases, it's gotten to her a little so far. I hope she can turn this around.
Time.
There's the unusual sight of clouds. We haven't seen a lot of clouds, have we?
No, it's been very hot.
The coolest day so far. And 24 degrees. It's going to get hotter though by finals weekend. We should be back up to 30 degrees.
Second set.
John, we're not used to it in this country.
No,
We're
believe
loving
me,
these
I've been
temperatures.
coming here for 40 years. I get it.
really important first game,
15
first
love.
couple of games for Kasatkina to try to turn the momentum around, and for Kerber really still continue to go after her shots.
How's that for an angle?
30 love.
Incredible shot maker. Sometimes shot makers don't make the shots that they should make. Those neutral balls.
40 love.
It's exactly what Kasatkina needed, a comfortable hold to start things off in the
First
second
game,
set.
second set.
Certainly was an overhead that looked like she was 40 love down. Accepted that this game wasn't going her way, but this has got to boost Kasatkina. The crowd's going to get behind her. I see a three-setter.
Love.
Big difference for Kerber this year has been the consistency. Beating Naomi Osaka was her 10th win against a top 20 player this season. Last year, she just had one win against a top 20 player.
Just over 500 level as far as wins to losses.
It's hard to believe that she would only have one win the entire year.
15 all.
Finished outside the top 20 as well. I think she was physically tired, mentally tired. 28, winning her first major. Lot to contend with.
I remember her saying after that stellar 2016, and she finished it off with the US Open trophy, her closies normally would have been a holiday or getting ready. She was meeting presidents and popes and all sorts of stuff. She said, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't actually think or do any tennis.
I'm thinking it could be a heck of a lot worse.
30 all.
Oh, God, I got to go meet the Pope.
All these people want to talk to me.
Yeah. So much more money.
I just want to do pre-season training.
That's all I want to do is train 7 hours a day.
Out.
Well, that was called out by now the
Miss
umpire.
Kasatkina is challenging the call on the left
So that
baseline.
took
and the ball was
Kerber
called
off the
out.
hook, because if she had stopped it, she would have lost it. But I think we'll see the replay. They seemed both pretty confident it was out. It was.
40-30. Miss Kasatkina has 2 challenges remaining.
It's in. Between.
Lost the
Not
point.
yet. Not yet. A little early for.
Gained some fans.
Got to be winning.
Kasatkina recently admitted that as a 12-year-old, she would find a big empty room and spend 2 hours practicing tweeners. She'd lob herself and then hit the tweener for 2 hours a day.
Yeah, she said she had a living room with no furniture in it. And when I read that, I
Quite
thought,
high
but
ceilings
yeah,
as well if you're
that
lobbing
2
yourself.
hours, you could have practiced your game instead of your tweener.
And she ended the comment by saying, I am a little bit crazy.
15
See,
love.
people are, you're crazy. Stop doing that. See, she hasn't practiced it enough. That's big.
That's why it's so helpful to be a lefty.
15 all.
Open the court with that
They are
forehand
a
up the
smarter
line.
group,
Yeah,
aren't they?
got the advantage in tennis.
Sour grapes. That's 5 now for the match.
15 30.
32 in the tournament. That gets in your head.
Sometimes think about taking some pace off the first serve because you don't trust the second.
Oh.
I will say, John, she froze in that final at Indian Wells and a bit in the French
I know, I
quarters as
saw
well.
them.
So
Yep.
this is much better from Kasatkina.
That's had a good approach shot it off. Just sat up for Kerber.
30 14.
Top spin. Sits up right in the strike zone.
I think it'd be the time you want to go big on the first serve down break point. A little tight there for Kerber. First time. See some nerves from her. Ouch.
Advantage, Miss Kerber.
Such an extreme elevation from low to high. You're nervous, you yank it up too quickly, hits the frame.
And that is a third break of serve for Angelique Kerber in this quarter-final of first in set 2. A happy coach win for sets, and it's the Belgian coach who's the happier and the German player who is much happier, leading by set and a break 2-1. John, if you could creep down and have a word with Daria Kasatkina, what would you say? What would be the words to her?
I don't think she's being disciplined enough, and I think that instead of practicing, you talked about how she practiced those tweeners. Looks like when she gets a short ball, she's not quite sure what to do with that. And I'd make sure that she would be aware of what the consequences are if she goes too big and hands someone who's a counterpuncher, a tremendous counterpuncher, the opportunity to attack mediocre approaches. And I think mentally, she had that moment when she broke back to 4-3, and I don't know what happened there. You know, was it the fall that affected her? I know she's had some issues with the double faults, but the legs, you know, it doesn't seem like the legs are in full gear yet, and the focus not quite what I'd like to see from her.
For the first set, Kasatkina's forehand placement was 24% more precise in the green areas and almost 40% for Kerber. Much more disciplined shots selection as far as where she's placing the ball, better accuracy and placement, and that made a huge difference. Closer to the lines from Kerber.
Let's face it, you know, my mantra, don't beat yourself. That's what she did the last game. She just handed Kerber the
15
break.
love.
The resistance hasn't been consistent. It's been there and then it goes away for 2 or 3 points. Whereas for Kerber, that sense of urgency, being alert, has been much more consistent.
Thirty love. Thirty 15. Forty 15.
Extremely solid performance from two-time Grand Slam champion Angelique Kerber, playing very well. Called getting the job done.
Game, Miss Kerber.
She won a title at the start of the year, Angelique Kerber in Sydney. This is her
Miss
5th
Kerber leads by
semi-final
3 games to 1.
of 2018. And she's looking comfortable, leading by a set and a break.
Yeah, that Sydney title was so important for Kerber to reset. She called it the winning ways. Back to the winning mindset after the struggles that she had in 2017. And of course, that wonderful semi-final showing at the Australian Open. That's good racket work. That's the kind of approach you want more of, John. Through the court, not
15 love.
quite so much topspin that sits up.
Thirty love. Forty love.
Mm.
40 15.
Kasatkina talked about that forehand, how it was going to stay low. It's a lot of power and extremely flat from Kerber. Didn't do enough with it.
Too casual there.
Forty 30.
That's a good game.
What an important hold that was for Daria Kasatkina. Had to hold, did hold. Still Kerber with the break in the second set.
Miss Kerber leads by 3 games to 2, second set, and by 1 set to love.
The thing I would tell her would be to use this crowd, because I think this crowd really wants to see a longer match. They're being entertained. They like what she's got to offer. And you see a little bit more of that. I think she can get them more engaged, perhaps get in Kerber's head a little bit.
She seems to get that part of the equation, the entertainment value that her game brings, the personality. She Able to emote. Her press conferences are always quite interesting.
Yeah, she likes to tell a story. It pretty much comes down to the fact she said, look, I am me, and this is me, and this is what you get. I'm the same off court on. I'm fun off court. I'm fun on court.
Yeah.
It's 99% of the time I don't know what shot I'm going to hit next. I just hit it. She just seems to be a very free spirit, whether playing tennis or not.
I love that. That's no bad news there. Getting better and better. Her young career at only 21. Test Kerber's nerves too. Getting some of these longer rallies.
Don't like that reaction from Kerber looking up at her camp. First time.
Why did you tell me to go down the line? 6-3, 3-2. Break.
Kerber played without fear to start this match, but I think she senses that Kasatkina is feeling more comfortable.
Love 30.
Kerber feeling more tension. Up a break.
She had an easy lob. Kasatkina was inches from the net. Chose to try to take it up the line. She's furious at herself now, Kerber. Love 40 down.
She's won one, converted one of her previous 3 break points, Kasatkina. Another 3 here.
Important
For Kasatkina to get the break here. Kerber looking a little brittle. She can be so tough on herself.
And we're back on serve. A fist pump from the Russian. It is game on in set 2.
3 games all, second set.
Kasatkina was down a set in 3-1 against Van Uytvanck in the 4th round. She faced a point to go down 4-1. Didn't lose many games after that. Actually, 2 more. That's it. In the second set, 6-3, and then 6-2 in the third.
15-11.
She can flip the switch.
She's got to keep that intensity now, that focus here, get the lead. Changed her mind, Kerber. Had a pretty easy ball, Kasatkina there. Missed it badly.
15 all.
I think it's almost like Kerber stopped the playing.
2 head-scratching shots.
Fifteen 30.
Double fault number 6 of the match for Kasatkina.
hair was in her eyes when she served.
Wait, please.
What'd she say, Tracy?
Not quite sure.
Well, I apologise if it was. It shouldn't be said.
Trying to encourage her. Keep her together here.
Must be such a big margin.
Just, what, 10 feet out.
Composed herself beautifully. Reset.
30-14.
Sometimes it's better, John, right? Just to vent, get it out.
You know, I wouldn't know, but
More frustration
Miss
for
Kerber.
Daria Kasatkina, because Angelique Kerber retakes the lead. She breaks the Russian once again,
New
and she is
goal, please.
2 games away from the semi-finals.
Miss Kerber leads by 4 games to 3, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Difficult position now for Daria Kasatkina, trailing by a set and a break, and it seems, John and Tracy, that Daria Kasatkina she can't keep the consistency. She goes a breakdown, she gets herself back in, and then almost gives it up straight away again.
And sustainability is what she needs. And she's gaining it gradually. She's young, she's inexperienced. I think that's showing up in some stages, whereas Angelique Kerber, she has been a wall, not only in her game, but emotionally as well so far.
the best players seem to be able to shrug off the negative things more quickly. And maybe the inexperienced, less talented, now certainly the talent is there. Experience not the same for Kerber, and she's had to pay a stiff price for it, because in both sets she's been able to get back on serve, get what seemed to be her act together, only to give it away.
Now can Angelique Kerber hold her nerve and book her spot in her third Wimbledon semi-final? She is 2 games away. She has the break.
Let.
New balls as well. Someone through the court a little bit more.
Let's see how Kerber handles serving with new balls. Kasatkina dumped her serve at 3-4 down in the first set. There we go.
Miss
No
Kerber's
spin,
returning ball
usually
on the left
ball's gonna
service
fly.
line. The ball's called out.
She'll challenge, but if it's not overturned, that will be the first double fault of the match for the German.
Lavertin.
Emotional challenge. Maybe she felt like she just needed time before the next point.
Miss Kerber has 2 challenges remaining. (30-15).
2 gifts. Such a crucial moment. Takes the pressure off Kerber's serve.
Boy, the ball's just flying and getting away from her here.
40-15.
feel for the ball.
That's a good sign for the future.
40-30.
She's won almost 80% of her net points coming into this match. She won 10 of 18 today. Just the fact, John, that she's willing to move forward, that's a good sign.
Her net plays better than her approach. She works on that a little bit more. It'll be more effective.
Let for serve.
Oh!
That was a tense forehand. The feet did not move. The arm did not want to swing through. A point for a 5-3 lead. Scoreline pressure got to Kerber there.
There too.
Advantage, Miss Kasatkina.
It's an opportunity once more. She's 2 from 5 break points in this match. She'll want to up that conversion rate right here and get us back on serve.
All of a sudden, Kerber has nothing on her serve. She's so tight. And you can't miss that. Just handed to her.
Decelerated on her serve.
Let's step a little closer on the return. That was close.
What a shot from above her shoulder to create that kind of angle. Kasatkina.
Advantage, Miss Kasatkina.
She was there, lined it up, thought she was going to hit the winner. The other one that got away from her flew way long.
Just overhit it.
Seen that quite a bit in this match. Good shot to try to hit so hard and flat when it's that low already.
This is a game that Kerber had 40-15.
Advantage, Miss Kasatkina.
Thought she was cruising along, and nerves got to her as well.
We're back on serve. The fist pump tells you how Kasatkina is feeling. Who is going to hold their nerve? 4 games all second set.
What a valuable game for Kasatkina to come back in.
Second set.
Finish it so strong. What an angle she was able to create with that forehand cross court. Like a Rafa forehand.
Let first serve.
So how does Kerber regroup emotionally? 4-3, 40-15, let it slip.
Intensity high. She senses vulnerability from Kerber.
Kasatkina has hit a positive shot on every single of these jump backhands. Kerber stopped in the middle of that point. She threw up the lob. She's looking a little fatigued.
30 love.
Saw the finish line and just tensed up. Give Kasatkina a lot of credit for battling back here. It looked pretty grim.
That
was a generous little lifeline there. And 40 love.
Just the gift to 30 love, and all of a sudden you got a game here. Yeah.
30 all.
Routine and finds she can't get a lead.
Sarcastic thumbs up, looks like, to her coach, Wim Fissette, when she got down love 30 in this game.
At some point. Whew. I'm tired watching.
Longest rally was 22 shots, but that last rally, 24.
30-14.
And a point for 5-4 for Angelique Kerber, and given an opportunity to serve out and book a place in the semi-finals. Angelique Kerber gets the break. Doesn't need to look up at her box. She now knows what she has to do. Kerber a game away from being back in the Wimbledon semi-finals at 5-4.
Second set, and by 1 set to love.
So you battle, you go through the nerves, you get to 4-3 in the first, you lose that 6-3, you keep battling, you're down a break 4-3, you're 15-40 down, you get on 40-15 on Kerber, so break back, 30 love, give me forehand. How does this, what is happening here?
Yeah, this
I mean,
match
this is
gets
crazy.
away from Kasatkina. That's the match that that's the shot that Kasatkina will go to sleep with, was the forehand that she had in the center of the court at 30 love. And Kerber at that stage was so down on herself. Gave that sarcastic thumbs up to her coach.
Now
Could
it's all
feel the
good
match.
again.
Yeah, could feel the match kind of slipping away. Another change of momentum.
You
Time.
son of a great coaching job.
So now can Angelique Kerber hold her nerve and her serve? If she does both, she'll be back in the Wimbledon semi-finals.
So much whip on that forehand. So growing up, she loved Rafa.
Love 15.
It's a righty Rafa forehand. Topspin right up through the back of the ball, 90 miles per hour.
Don't stop watching yet.
Love
A lot
13.
more than this match.
Let for serve.
That will make her feel a little bit better, Angelique Kerber. Just her second ace of the match, but it gets her on the board in this 10th game. A game, if she wins, it is job done. Top half of the draw. The Ladies Singles Championships. Serena Williams is still present in the bottom half, the world number 181.
That sounds strange. Kerber's ball has lost a little venom, a little depth. She's backed off.
15-14.
As John said, don't stop watching just yet because we will play on. Kerber cannot hold serve. Kasatkina breaks to 15 and we are all square deep into the second set.
It's such an advantage to have a serve. It'll give you an unreturnable point or two when you're trying to serve out a big match like this. Kerber has to work for every single point.
You start to understand why Serena's serve was the greatest shot in the history of the women's game. Here we go again.
Love 15. Let for serve.
Oh. Just a little too wild. The contact point changes.
Love 13.
Not consistent.
These aren't missing by an inch or two. These are a couple feet out.
It has been so much fun to see Kasatkina blossom and bloom.
15-13.
Winning her first title last year at Charleston. Talent level was evident, and just to see the growth a year and a few months on.
30 all.
Flexing her arms, Kerber trying to stay loose here late in the second set. Nerves getting in the way for both these two, understandably.
Double fault number 7.
30 40.
Break point Kerber. There's the roar from Angelique Kerber. She will have another chance, another opportunity to serve out for a place in the semi-finals. Regaining the lead in the break, 6-5.
5 breaks in a row. Can Kerber break that chain? Kerber sees that the down the line is wide open. Great anticipation, and she is pumped. Such an incredible mover. Great defensive skills, but when she added the offensive skills to her game 3 or 4 years ago in a bigger way, that's when she really started to announce herself at the top of the game.
Did you always think she would come through and win a Grand Slam, Tracy?
I wasn't sure. And she said before one of the years, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, Torben Beltz sat her down and said, the way that you're playing, you're going to be a very good player. But if you want to be a great player, you're going to have to go a little out of your comfort zone and become more aggressive. And that's what they worked on and accomplished the goals.
Two-time Grand Slam champion, Australia, US Open, Olympic medalist, Wimbledon finalist, world number 1. And all that was going on. And now a chance here to serve her way back into the Wimbledon semi-finals.
Use those legs more, the coach is telling her. On the serve, here's the chance. She's gotten away from that towards the end of this set. It's just flying
15-11.
flying too often for Kasatkina to make enough of a run. She's never had a lead in this match. Still in it.
15 all.
I guess the good news is she won't have to hold serve if she wins this game.
Kerber starting to read the drop shot. Going to the well
30 for 10.
a little too frequently. Kasatkina.
And after an hour and 20 minutes, Angelique Kerber, the highest seed remaining in this competition, the 11th seed, has match points.
40 for 10.
Giving up on that drop shot. Match point down there. They should take a little extra time.
40-30.
Get a good hard. I'd go for a hard second serve. Take it out wide. She's the lefty. Open that court up. See what she decides to do here. Second match point.
Some open stance forehand.
Juice.
Look of disappointment, disgust on the face of Kasatkina, because her 30th unforced error hands a third match point opportunity to Angelique Kerber.
Kerber, I don't think was brave enough that point.
Juice.
Very tentative on those forehands. Had an opportunity there. Slip away. Good job serving this game now. Very good serving for her.
And now we hear Angelique
Advantage,
Kerber
Miss
on the brink
Kerber.
once again. Match point number 4.
Match point from behind the baseline. Absolutely exquisite. This crowd showing their appreciation.
Juice. Advantage, Miss Kerber.
Kasatkina was there. She knows that Kerber likes to pass cross court. There was plenty of time for the delicate drop shot.
5 match points have come and gone. 1 hour, 25 minutes on the match clock. Can Kerber cross the finish line here?
Advantage, Miss Kerber.
Everyone took a couple of extra seconds there.
And they get their heart rate down.
Wow. Match point number 6 for Angelique Kerber.
Will be challenged, that's for sure. If nothing else, get a little oxygen. Everyone needs it.
That's cruel.
Smile on the face of Kasatkina. Anything but on the face of Kerber.
Advantage, Miss Kerber.
It's a pretty long game to try to close it out to get to the semifinals of Wimbledon.
I'm not sure if Kerber has a lucky number, but if she closes it out here, I think it might become number 7. Game, set and match. Angelique Kerber, the finalist from 2016 here at Wimbledon, books her spot in Wimbledon semi-final number 3. Their 3rd battle of the year. There will be many more over the years, but it's the 30-year-old from Germany who takes the applause. 1.5 hours on court. It is Angelique Kerber who goes through in straight sets, 6-3, 7-5. Wow, John, she made it finally across the finish line.
It was a crazy, awesome, exhausting game for both of them. I'm telling you, if she had lost that game, I would have picked Kasatkina to win the match after what she'd been through, the opportunities to win really quite handily, maybe 6-3, 6-3. Kasatkina kept battling, to her credit. Never could get in front. Just never could equalize and take a lead, and boy, was that a heck of a way to end that match.
Plenty of positives, and for people, I'm sure, John, who are seeing Kasatkina for the first time will have liked what there's a lot of raw power there. There is so much talent there in the Russian.
I believe she could win major events. I really do. If she shores up her intensity, she's sensed to sort of go in and out a little bit mentally. The tools are all there. The serve looked better than it did, but it cost her big again here with the double faults. She gets that a little bit better. Works a little bit, to me, on some fundamental things. She's going to be an incredible player. She's already extremely good.
Just 21 years of age, but the headlines will go to Angelique Kerber because the 30-year-old in her 4th Grand Slam quarter-final is through to the Wimbledon semi-finals for a 3rd time. Finalist here in 2016. She'll have another chance to make it through to the Wimbledon final because she's in the final 4. Kerber 6-3, 7-5, and here she has Angelique Kerber speaking to Reshmin Chowdhury.
Angelique, congratulations, through to the Wimbledon semi-finals, but wow, you had to work hard for that right until the very end.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I was expecting a really tough and close match against Daria. I mean, we played so many tough battles in the past, but today I was just trying to play point by point, and the end was, a little bit. I think we both play on a really high level, especially at the end, and I was just trying to stay in focus during my serve, and it's great to being in the semis.
And you were pushed all the way. I mean, you were visibly relieved when you managed to get it to 6-5 in that second set. But talk me through some of the rallies when you're leading up to match point, because it was back and forth and you looked like you were using so much energy out there on the court.
I was just thinking that I was running everywhere on the court. I mean, she played really well, especially, she was moving me very much. And at the end, I was just not thinking too much that's the match point or it's deuce or whatever. I was just trying to playing another point and trying to take the match in my hand at the end. And I was just trying to pushing myself until the limits, actually.
Well, you're still the highest seed left in this women's draw. You play Ostapenko next, but given how the draw has been and how the tournament has been, does it matter who you play next?
Actually, no. I mean, I don't care against who I'm playing. I mean, we are here in the semis, so they are not tough opponents anymore, and you have to play your best, especially now. And I'm just looking forward to playing the semis and trying to focusing again on my tennis, playing good tennis, and trying to enjoying also the semis.
You need a good rest this evening, you think?
Yeah, I think I will have my ice bath like always, and then having a good treatment, a day off tomorrow, and then looking forward to the next match.
Fantastic. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you.